All right, with that intro, welcome to Moiri Enterprises. It's scratching time. What is scratch? Scratch is, what is scratch, Falcon? No book, no pen, nothing. This is class. Hey! Oh, Lord, Sokoto. Scratch is a software or an application, and you install it in your computer, and we can use it to learn programming, or it's a tool used for programming. It's a tool used for what? Programming. Then again, the next question is, what is programming? Programming, when you watch TV, you get one channel after the other, and in a TV, you have one program after the other. The news program, you have some games programs, you have some singing and some all that. So when you arrange things in order, and first, then, next, finally, when you arrange things in order, it means you program them. So programming in the computer sense is arranging computer instructions in order. So let's put a few instructions here. So what do we mean? This says 10 right, 15 degrees. This says move 10 steps. It means 10 right, 15 degrees, then move 10 steps, then change your X position by 10 pixels. Now, we'll understand again. We'll also learn what pixels are. When you see numbers here, they do have meaning. When you see number in terms of moving, motion, these are pixels. When you see numbers in terms of these are what? Degrees, because we turn. Angular change, degree of turns. All right, so now let's see. We have program here. So this is what programming means. Programming is a very easy word. It means instructions after instructions in order like that. So that is called programming. Right. And programming is not only for computer. When you watch TV, you see the shows, first show, next. All that is called TV programming, because they have to arrange it at the TV station so that when you stay in your house, you tune, you just leave the TV on and you see the TV programming will be running. The TV programming will be what? Running. All right. So what is pixel? Good job. Pixel. What is pixel? Pixel means picture elements. Picture elements. So let's spell that down. So pixel is how we come about to show or to even see things on a computer monitor. We see things because the things they appear on the pixels. Picture elements. And again, we have another vocabulary here called elements. Elements just means the basic things that the basic things in what you're talking about. So picture element, and we call it in short pixel. P-I-X-E-L. So pixel is one unit of visual element. One unit of visual element. So think about like how is a computer screen like this, big like this, like a big glass on top of this thing. But this big glass is not just one glass that lights up. If this was just one glass that lights up, then the color will not be many colors like this. You see, look at different color, different color. If it was just one glass that lights up, look like that glass, like that light. You see, all that glass there, it lights up with just one color. Can it have some patch of green, some patch of red, some patch of yellow? It cannot, because it's just one glass. So, but why is this screen having different details like this? It's because of picture elements. Do you know how many small glasses are put together to make the whole of this? Okay, let's have an idea here. First, let's go to costume and you'll see what I mean by picture elements. Then let's tell this cat to Vamusu. go away, and then let's not bring something else, but good, nothing. See, here we have nothing. You see, here we have nothing. So these are picture elements. Can you see like there's some small things going like what? Going length and width. Okay, then we can make them to be big. You see? So you see now we can put red in this small square, we can put green in that one, we can put different color in each of these small squares. And that is how now our screen can have different colors and details. But if it is big like this, then we want to draw something, the thing will not be really cool. Now let's bring something and I will show you what we mean by not really cool. Let's still bring Mr. Cat because Mr. Cat here is fabulous. And then let's make Mr. Cat to be very big. Take him to 500%. Okay, he's big like that. Let's bring something that will help you to understand what picture elements are. Let's say right now, we can see this detail of Mr. Cat, like detail, the colors like these, different colors, smooth. It's almost looking very smooth. Then let's show in those days, like over 10 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago, what computers, how the cat will show on the computer, the first computers that were made, the first screen that were made, they did not have small picture elements. Here, the picture elements are so tiny that on this page, we have more than 1 million picture elements. 1 million small screens. Like go like this. Like from here to here, we have like 1,600. Then you start again, you go again, 1,600. Then you go again, the height would be like 900 and something, 800 and something. So in total, you have like 1,600 times 900 and something, and you have more than 1 million picture elements to make up this screen. And that's some technology. And each picture element is a small light bulb that comes on. Can you imagine that there are more than 1 million light bulbs on this? You see, technology can make light bulbs to be so small and tiny, and we call one of those a picture. And in short is what? Pixel. Now, let's bring an instruction, a computer instruction here on Scratch that can help us understand picture elements. It says change color effect by this, but we'll not change color effect, we'll change by what? Pixelate. We find this in the group where we can find, see, these are groups of instructions. We call them codes. So when you click on code, you will see all the different family. Each of these is set. When you open the set, the members of the set will open for you to use. Here you open this blue set, it's called motion. When you click on it, you open the members of that set. You click on the purple set, it's called looks, appearance, the members will open. So when you learn Scratch, how to scratch, this is where, when you click on code, this is where to bring the codes. And then when you touch them, then they will act. So let's touch this one. Click. Dun, dun. So if the pixel were big enough for you to see this small box, so in each of the small boxes, you can only fill them with just one color. No. So that's how the cat will do. In the old days. And even before that old days, it was like this. So the bulbs were bigger. Like this bulb is even much bigger than this. This bulb is now. So they made smaller bulbs to this level. And it was good technology. Okay, let's make the bulb like that. Yeah. Yeah, so it will be very hard to make a cat. In those days, some people were just doing the what? Squares, rectangle, triangle, and polygon, hexagon, this type of games. So in those days, we did not have like really cool visual games. So now if we bring it back, minus 25, bring it back, make it smaller. Okay, then from here now, let's just do minus like 2 like this, so that we bring it back. We make it smaller. It's getting better and Kiki. kaka, koko, cuckoo. Hey! And this was around the year, at this level, it was around the year, no, 2005. Computer was really much better than this. It was around 1990s. And then by 2005, it was like this. And then now it's like super, super smooth. Oh, I'm going the opposite direction. All right, then here it says, if you want to remove all the effects, you come here, it says, clear graphic effects. Clear graphic effects. Then everything nice and normal. So that is a pixel. From there, you understand pixel. So pixel is one very bright idea of how the computer world has changed. So that whatever is happening inside the computer, we can bring it for you to see on the screen. The computer machine does all these calculations then to come and show you. So the technology of the screen also had to advance as much as the technology of making the calculation was also advancing. All right, so we have seen, and then we can get our cat back to normal size, 100%. Swim. So once we understand this, you see that our minds are very different from our friends who don't yet understand. So that's one of the things. So what is Scratch about? Scratch is a software. We say software are programs, applications that we have inside the computer that can perform they do particular things, right? Some softwares are there to sing music, to play your music, to put your CD, you sing. Some softwares are there to even make music. Some software are there for you to type a document. Some softwares are there for you to make movies. But this software is neither of those things. It's none of those things. This one is here to do what? To teach you how to program. So that's the software to teach you how to program. And what's the name of the software? Scratch. Is it mean you want to scratch something? Scratching time. And to understand this software, you just need three things to understand the software. Three things. What are the three things? Falcon, what are the three things to understand Scratch? Yam, yam, yam. Sprite, what? Sprite, backdrop. Falcon's sprite language is still very wrong. And code. Three things: sprite, backdrop, and code. The boy did not write it down. Hey, where is my belt? You saw it. Where you get the story? All right, so sprite, backdrop, and code. So what is sprite? Sprite are the characters. Sprite are the what? The characters. So it is a fancy name for the Scratch world. People who Scratch, they know the Scratch. Scratch has its own fabulous language. So sprite at the back, the characters. Then backdrop is just the what? The stage, your stage. Wherever your character, where your character is, that is called the backdrop or the stage. And then codes are the instructions or the commands. The commands we give to the characters to do the actions. Commands or actions. Very good. Commands or actions. So we tell the sprite, and then with these three elements, the sprite, backdrop, and code, then we can more or less, on a general basis, give a very cute definition or explanation as to what programming is. So here it will just be get your sprite or get your characters to come to life. Get your characters to come to life on a stage. So programming becomes something very easy like this. To get the characters to come to life on stage. Now, what do we mean by come to life? Then you have to go and study life science. In life science, we say something is living. What are some of the characteristics of living things? Characteristics of living Things. Living things can breathe. Living things can move. Very good. Living things can reproduce. Living things can yes, can breathe. Yes, very good. Can eat. All right. So that's the meaning of something coming to life. So if a stone, you bring a stone here and the stone can move, it means you are bringing the stone to life. So that is the meaning of character. And your character here can be anything. Now, in storytelling, characters are animals and people. But in programming, no. Character just means anything that you bring on that stage. Now, the stage itself, so a table is a character. So if a table starts jumping up, then it means you have what? You have brought the character to life, right? So character is anything. It's unlike stories where characters are mostly animals and people. In programming, characters, another name for characters is what? Objects. Just objects on the stage. So again, with this, I want you to have a complete sense of what programming is. So that once you're programming, you have all your program elements. So another way, another name for your characters are objects on stage. So now we have at least a complete idea um, of how to go about understanding the very interesting skill called programming. So I can program. That's an interesting skill for you to have. And then to even have it from 5 years of age, understanding the enjoyment. If you know how to program, you can enjoy a lot because you are bringing things that should not be alive. You can bring them to life on stage. You can get them to do many things. And even more. For example, look at this cat on the stage. But here we don't have any stage. Our stage is just a white background. But well, that is also a stage. Because we can go and paint a new stage or go to the stage library and bring a new stage. So let's try either of those. Here we'll go to the stage library is this one. Here is a character library. So when we click here, see where we are clicking? Down here. We click there, this is a stage library. So, and then the stage library will also group them into sets. This set says all, this says fantasy, this says music, this says sports, outdoors, indoors, space, underwater, and then patterns. So if we choose like sports stage, we can find a stage like this one is baseball, American game. So you see now, and we can go full screen, where people who just want to enjoy our game, they come here and play the game. Or they come here and see our story. So we can make stories, we can make games, or we can just make anything, any idea in our head. Somebody will just come here and look at it. This is not the person who made the game. So this is how you play all the games that are already made and put on your parents' phones. You just come and play them like that. Did you see where they made it? You see, oh, can you play a game in your parents' phone and say, hey, let me go and see where they made it? No. But here you can see where you make the game, and you can also go full screen to come and play the game. Why? Because this is a software that helps you to make things and also see the things. ¿Comprende? ¿Comprende? ¿Sí comprendemos? ¿Comprende? Oh, muy bien. Excelente. Hey, you have to attend Moreri Spanish class to know when I say comprende and you say comprendemos. What? What? Look at your head like those. Amarillo. Rojo. Un pozo rojo means what? A red bag. Un pozo rojo. All right. Un pozo rojo grande. Big now you have to add what? Grande. All right. So we can go and take another stage, like an outdoor stage like this one. Okay, and then we put our card down here. So it looks like this is the sidewalk, and that's a little bush, and that's a sky. So those are three different surroundings: the sidewalk or the pavement, and that's the bush, the green bush, and then that's the sky. And you can make your own thing like this. For example, you say you want to draw your own stage. You come here and you click here, it says paint. When you click the paint, this thing will open here, and then we come here. We have tools for painting. This one is a what tool? A rectangle tool. You choose your color. Click here. You can move these things about. Choose your color. Let's say you choose that color, and then you come here and you draw a big rectangle. See, it fills up there the stage. Then you can now click select tool, and then move it around. If you move it like this, it will only be part here. If you want it to fill the whole thing, if you want to reduce it, you can reduce it. If you want it to just feel like just part of it, and say, okay, let me put another one, another thing here, no problem. Unselect, use that tool again, go and change the color, and then come and make another big one like that. And then you say, okay, I want it to be behind. You see here it says backward. You click backward, it goes to the back. Forward, it comes to the front. Backward, it goes to the back. Did it trace? Is it cool? Very cool. You can do amazing things and begin to understand how the computer works. Good. So you can make your own backdrop. And now you say, but where are the other backdrops that I selected? No problem. Come and select here. See, we can select the card. We can select the backdrop. Now, when I select the card, see what happens. It's a card that appears here to be drawn. When I select the backdrop here, PIM is a backdrop that appears here to be drawn. But you see also selecting something so that you see, make some changes. Now, if I select the card, can I make some changes on the card? Oh, yes. Let me make it to be smaller. Okay, change the shape is this tool. It's called reshape tool. When I click the reshape tool and I click this head, you see all these spots now they change. I can grab on one of the spots. Oh, look at our man here. Oh, the long hair. And then if you don't like it, there's something that says undo. You see the undo here? That small arrow that says go back. As you click it, oh, Trump. Don't say, "Aye, teacher, I made a mistake. Oh, no. See that tool that you select? Select the mouth. And then you see, I want the mouth to be thin. Okay. Thin mouth. I don't even want him to even open the mouth. No problem. Close the mouth. Oh, I want the head to come out. Hey. And I want the head to say goodbye. You can choose. Hey, I want to change the color. You use the bucket too. But no, I don't want to change the color. Go back. Okay. Now I want to make these whiskers to be longer. You click the whiskers. Oh no. These other whiskers. Oh no. So this is grandpa cat and grandmother cat. So you can make baby cat by changing the size. You can also come and show that this is really grandpa cat. Then you want the head to go back. You can use selection tool like this, select all, and then bring back the head down. You can just down arrow in the computer. Go down. Hey, come back. So learning also how to edit here is also a powerful skill. Powerful what? Skill. Good. Then these eyes, you can say, okay, Let me change the colors of these eyes, no problem. Hey, this one is becoming like a group. Why are you becoming like a group now? Let me change the color of one of these legs. See, you can select and change the color. But this is a tool. You can use this bucket tool to just go and fill the eye color. Go there and click the mouth. Say, okay, I change the color again. Choose the color. Go with this, my bucket tool. The bucket tool is still selected. So you should know what tool to use. You also have a brush tool. It's a brush. You can draw, you can add some other things. Say, okay, let me put some horns or some antenna on the head. You see on the body. So your cat has antenna. Sure. You go use the brush to draw that. So the tools here, you have brush, you have eraser. If I click eraser, erase. Is that cool? So eraser tool, reshape tool, brush tool, fill tool. Let me write its name. Text tool, say text. You write cat. You see now, a name called cat now will always be on top of your cat. As you move your cat here, that name cat is also part of it. So these are the tools you have. And if you want to draw a small circle, okay, what if you wanted to draw your own thing? So we go here and we bring a new sprite. We say paint. You see, it opens a place here for us to select. Look down here. If you want to delete, you click this trash, you delete. If you click here and you just come and click paint, don't click. If you just tap inside here, it will open the library of sprites. And you can bring something like a butterfly. It's a new character name. Now, that's what we have. You can go to the library and bring things. You can even bring a small girl. You can bring this girl. So you have a girl like this. Then you can decide to show or not to show. You have what we call down here properties of character. Each character has its property. For example, first one good property is to show or hide. If I click here, this is called show. This one is the eye, means you show. This one, the eye is cancelled, means you hide. So you can show something or you can hide it. So it's very good because sometimes I have so many characters, I just want to hide these two so that I only work and whatever I do here with my code, so I should only be seeing my cat. But it's not good to say, okay, let me delete. I just want to put the girl there, but I will hide it. But some people will say, okay, I will delete, then you only work with one. Then now you don't even know what you had before. So you see, keep your things, you can hide them so that you work and see only the cat. If we want to work with a girl, we hide the cat and we go to the girl and we show the girl. Now, let's go to one other thing that we find here, costumes. So now we are talking about the first thing called a sprite. A sprite has costume. Now, what is a costume? A costume is, click here, a costume is the clothes that you wear. Now, for characters, a costume is another thing that I can change to. It does not mean just the clothes, I can only remain the girl. No, a costume can mean another thing that I can change to. For example, hey, the girl, why? Now the girl is a cat. Is that still the girl? Yes, because the girl now has done magic and changed the cat. So it's still the girl. But how do we know that it's still the girl? Because it's the name of that character. Now you see this, everything here has its name. So this sprite here, the name is here called Every Walking. So that's the name. So now let's change that name to girl, G-I-R-L. Good. So now, if we go now to the costume and you see the list of the costume and they'll have their names also. So this costume, I can just name them with letters. I say A. This costume, instead of Every Walking B, I've renamed them. So you are free to do all this. And you actually see the names. You can actually see where these names will be. And then here, I call it what? D. And then you can also add things to your costume. You can also come and draw a new costume. You can also copy a costume and duplicate. Duplicate means what? Make a copy. So you come to a costume here, you right click on it, it says duplicate. And you can even say, you can say duplicate, you can even erase it, you can even delete it. So duplicate. I make another one that looks like this one. It's another one. But now it's called D2 because we made it from D. So it gives the name D2. But change the name and we say what? E. The next one E, since we are just giving them letters. So E. But this E now, I want to change something of the E. Why? I want to change the clothes that he's wearing. So I go here, I give it a blouse, this color. I take the bucket tool and I go there and I change the clothes. I want you to understand that programming is all about imagination. The good programmers are not the people who master how to use it. All of you can learn how to use it. The best programmers are people who imagine. So imagine something, you do it. You imagine something, you do it. Bring the thing to life. So that is a costume. If we come to this other ivory here, and I say, okay, the pantalon, we change the pantalon to black. One leg black. You say, okay, let me make a stylish pantalon. See, people who program also, because of programming, they come up with some ideas. Put that other one inside, is that color. That's a stylish pantalon. Shoes color, hairband. You see, you have different colors. That hairband also, you see, that hairband. I did not hear your voice. Are you alive like that? Hey, I thought you are like Jasmine, who speaks under her throat. Ah, yeah. Franca, here we speak out there. If you want to be a leader in the future, you have to learn how to speak. So this is costume, but that's not the only place we can see costume. But to understand costume is that costumes are the same character, and that character they have their name. Their name is what? Girl. So all of them they are girl. All of them are girl, but they are different. What? They are different. Well, let's not use costume to describe costume. They are different what? Different kinds of girls. No, different versions of girl, different moments of girl. Very good. So costume means the different moments, the different version. Like Falcon has an animal spirit. In your culture, in African culture, some culture we say we have our animal spirits. Yes. Or we can say Falcon has his different roles that he can play in his life. Yes. So Falcon is in a play, and Falcon can be a minister, and Falcon can be a doctor, Falcon can be this, but they are all called Falcon the doctor, Falcon the minister, Falcon the farmer, Falcon the bricklayer, Falcon the this. So all these costumes, they are all girl. Girl A, girl B, girl C, girl D. So that's how you understand it. Because now I want to blow your mind. I will go here, down here under costume. You can come here and go to costume library. Now it is not Sprite library, it's the same like the Sprite. If you come and click on this costume library here, back you open. You go back to the very library. And then now you can go and choose balloon. One time there is a girl, and then back the girl tell it's a balloon. Depending on the story you want to tell. Okay, let's say the girl turned into a frog. So we go here and go and search if we can find a frog here. Froggy, froggy. Hey, which one? Hey, hey. And it's a frog. So now we take this one, we say we give it what? Balloon FC, no. E, this is F. And then here, G, because we're naming the costume by letters. So now, it's not only about programming, knowing what to do. It's also about knowing nearly every kind of thing that you want to imagine, you can imagine here. So I'm a girl, I can turn to a balloon, and then I turn into this, I morph. And you have a very good English language to say, you say somebody turn into something. Turn into something is baby language. Now, there's something that you call into, we say it in English, that use powerful vocabulary. Replace your old vocabulary with what? Powerful vocabulary. Somebody say, I change or I turn into a turtle. What is a better way to say? I morph into a turtle. Morph. Morph. That's very interesting. And you see it in books also. When you read the books that the adventures of Keeper, Beef, Chip, and Floppy, and Daddy and Mommy. These are the books that you are reading now. Floppy, Keepers. When you read their adventures, when they search the magic key, the key began to glow. The keys began to glow. You've never read that. You've never come to that part. You've never read any adventure where the key began to glow. Hey, this boy has not enjoyed the story. You've never read any story, the floppy story where the key began to glow. And then they enter into an adventure. Yes, but how did they go to that place where they met rats? The key began to glow, and then now, you don't understand the magic there. Hey! So now words like morph, you find it in all these adventure stories where you morph or you change into something. So that's what I want people to tell. So make stories, not just games. When people like to program games, you want to learn how to only program. Make a story where this person come and say hello, hello, and then yeah, hey, there's frog now. Hey, then balloon poof. Like that. So you tell stories, and when you can tell stories and program, meaning that you can bring things to life. So you're making a cartoon. So I want people to make sophisticated cartoon with your ideas. Plan them how to go step by step and add many scenes. Now they are in the living room. Now they are outdoors. They are in the forest. Is it possible? Yes. You have the costumes. And how do you change now in background? Now let's go to the background. See where this frog is. The frog is on this stage, right? That's the stage. We drew this stage. Now let's change the stage. Well, is the girl? We can say the girl is the girl with the costume frog. Now we say these costumes, we can change to the next costume just by tapping here, and it's going to the next costume. But if you want to tell a good story, will you come here and be tapping? No. We go to code. Code has a code called appearance or looks. It's this second one, not this third one, not this first one. This second one is appearance. And there's an instruction there called next costume. When you click on it, see what happens to your costume. I click. So do you understand how you can program for a girl to be this costume for 1 minute and then get to be another costume for another minute? Now, I'm the one clicking here and going next costume. But can I just program it? I click once and I fold the hands here and it starts to change on its own. Yes. Now, how do I do that? Next costume, and I say, wait 1 second, and then repeat it forever. You see? Where am I taking this forever? Control. To control how your action will play. Because we say programming means one instruction, next instruction, next instruction. But here we say, okay, we'll have 2 instructions. We want to do like this. Next costume, wait 1 second. Then come and repeat again. Next costume, wait 1 second. That's what we want to do. But before we bring forever, let's introduce first repeat. Repeat how many times? How many costumes do we have? 7 costumes. So we can go back to code. We say repeat 7 times. But if we want to repeat like 4 each costume 4 times. So we do 4 times 7. 20 what? 28. And then these are the instructions that you want to repeat. You put them inside there, repeat. So you see, very cool. And then once we click on this repeat, 1 second, 1 second next, 1 second next, 1 second next, 1 second next, 1 second next. Hey, now you don't see me. Now I'm like this. Now I'm like this. Then you see how they make things to work. If you have 3 costumes, you see you change. This girl looks like she's walking, right? You see, around here she looks like she was walking. So you see, that's how you bring things to life. Using the costume and using the delay, right? And then also using move. If you add move now in the middle of that thing, it will also be very interesting. And let's say we start from here and we add this one, and there's also move there. But as it goes, it's moving, it's changing. You see, the other parts where the costume is changing, that's how you make things to work. So do you see how your cartoons, some strange things in the cartoons, they are talking to each other and they are moving. And what are you thinking when you watch cartoons? Those things are happening. What are you thinking? When you watch the cartoons, those animals are talking. You think that they are alive. When you watch a mouse talking to a cat in the story, they are alive. They are alive, right? So that is what programming is. Programming can make things look so real that nobody will even doubt it. When you're a baby, you watch all those cartoons, or you watch a dog and a mouse talking to each other. Real dog, right? You know that way? Yeah, dogs. Until a small dog will come around you to start. Then you are wondering why the dog is not. So again, that is when you start learning how to program, you start discovering that, oh, so this is how they make these cartoons. And that is exactly the ability. So that one day you also go and work in a company that makes what? Cartoons. And this is how you build that skill. School is to go and give you a certificate and to teach you how to read, teach you how to write, teach you how to understand, how to think, how to imagine. That is school. Some people at the end of their life, they'll be using the Scratch to make money. Or using the skill that they learn with Scratch to go and do more powerful software than Scratch. Scratch is a cheap and free one. The real software that make cartoons can do more than what you see here with Scratch. But it's the same idea of using codes. So nothing new, but it has more functions. It can make your sprites, because when you come here to change your sprite, like this girl, the girl doesn't really look real. This one can even make the girl look 3D. That looks like a girl with bulky muscles. The Scratch cannot do the one that the muscle can look like. It's 3D muscle. This one still looks flat a bit. Even though you can add layers upon layers to make it look like this, but it will not be smooth on the edge. So this is it. Once you master your Scratch very well, you can find yourself in the future. So again, but you see, but why can't I not stop school right now and just concentrate? Because you have good vocabulary in your English, your French, your Spanish, your Chinese. And you also have to understand all science. So that one day, even if you are somebody doing Scratch, and then you fell and hit your leg, and then blood starts coming out of your toe, you should have some basic skills of biology and health science to be able to help yourself. So to be a person, you go to school to learn about the world of science and math. So that even in the future you have a skill that makes you money, you are also not a stupid person in the head. So you go to school to really get good knowledge of the world. So that you can survive not only in the things that will help you to make money in the future, but in other things. But a child who does not practice Scratch, just go to school, then graduate, then cannot make money. Somebody who goes to a technical school, learn how to do electricity or building and construction, to finish and start making money. Because those are the skills that will help you and make money later in the future. So some of you just go to the general education like this, do your math, English, science, biology, this, like that. If you're not careful, when you finish also, you don't have a job that is except teaching. Okay. Come back and teach somebody also the same thing that you have. But skills like, hey, why was I not even learning how to program? So I can go and work in a company that does program free. Why was I not learning how to draw? So that I can say, hey, I can just go in my park and make my studio. People come and I create nice things, they go and hang it on their wall. So those are skills that we have to have. Those skills are called extracurricular skills. So curricular means the things that the subjects that you study at school and their programs, the lessons, those are called your curriculum. So extracurricular means outside of that curriculum. You should have one major skill that you are growing the skill every week. You are adding new things to that skill. It is drawing, it is painting, it is knitting, sewing, cooking, acting, drama, whatever, and reading books and writing stories, not storytelling. Young man. Storytelling means you're a writer. And a storyteller not writes, you learn how to write. So that's also a good extracurricular skill. Meaning that you have books that you have a small exercise book where you're writing your short stories, a story of 20 pages. You put a title by Falcon. Then develop the story. You first think about a story about what character you list, what places will they go, what's the story about, what problems will they have, how will they solve the problem. You first think to make some draft, then you start writing the story. You write 2 pages and you cancel it again. No, I have a new idea. That's how writing is. Writing is an interesting process. And some people just think that if you just want to tell a story, you can just start talking. Yeah, you finish. You did not change your mind, nothing. So some people have done the patience. Better some people write 10 pages and then they cancel it, they change their mind. Because they had a better idea. So until you pen your idea, until you write your lazy idea first, before you can get a better one. So the more you write, the better you become at it. And also using your vocabulary, and also helping some people who know better to correct you. That's how you learn and you see your mistakes. If you don't write, you will not see your mistakes. So again, extracurricular skill is a skill that I want everybody to nurture the skill. Choose something you want to do. The nurture means to grow the skill. The same way you eat food and you grow your bones and your muscles. That's how you have to nurture. So that's the word, nurture your skill. You know the word nurture? Write it down. Casablanca. Nurture your skill. Nurture your extracurricular skill. Extracurricular. And your extracurricular skill for some people is also what makes them to be happy. And some people it's sports. So when you are doing your extracurricular skill, you feel so happy. So extracurricular skill is not playing phone games, your parents' phone. That's not extracurricular skills. TikTok, going online, watching useless comedy. So some people extracurricular skills can be singing, can be dancing, can be drama, can be comedy, like telling jokes. You learn how to tell good jokes. Yes. So there are many extracurricular skills. It should be you not just watching other people. You watch other people to learn, and then you also become better at it. All right. So I said we can change costumes using code, and that's what we do in programs. And then now, what if I go here? How do I make this girl now to change and then move? We have to now learn how to control games. Events. So we come here to an event and we say, when space key is clicked. What's the meaning of space key? On the computer keyboard, you have letter A called the A key, the B key, the S key. So these letters that you type, They are called keys. So each of these things are called keys. Like the piano keys. So because you tap on those keys. So this big bar is to give space. When I am, you type the space key, give space. So that's the space key. That's what they mean by the space key. When you click here, up arrow keys. Do you know the arrow keys here? Up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, and left arrow. Do you have A key? Yes. Means what? Letter A key. B key, C key. What about numbers keys? What are the numbers there? 0 key, 1 key, 2 key, 3 keys, right up to 9. So if you say, I will press M key. When M key is pressed, it will go and do all these things. So when I go now full screen now, I want to start this action. I go and find the M key here and do what? I press and you see it's changing. So when you make your game, you have to prepare a small note on the first page to tell people how to play Manhattan. Say touch M key to start the game. And then touch M key. To start the game. So if this was a small game to show how people can change and disappear and become something else, and we want to finalize this as a small game, so we have to go now to the next thing that can help us do that, called the backdrop. So we click here, we click there for the backdrop, and we come here, click backdrop. You see backdrop now appears here. If you click on characters, costume is what you see here. If you click on backdrop, backdrop is what you see here. So these were the different backdrop that we added, you see. But if we don't need any of the backdrop, we can just click here and delete. If we don't need this one, we can just click here on this trash button there and we delete this white background. If we don't need it, we can delete it. We only have one backdrop now. Can we add more backdrops? Yes, we come here at the bottom. We add more backdrop now to the list of our backdrop. Bedroom part is there now on the list as number 2. This one back is just called backdrop. So now A, we can also give it also a letters. B. Then we come now to the name of the backdrop here. You see, backdrops, it shows us that we have 2 backdrops. Backdrops, they are not like costumes. Each backdrop is alone. This is the backdrop A, this is backdrop B. They don't concern each other. So you can come here and add different backdrops. So if you tell your story that in the beginning, this person will start from here, then now they will go to the moon. They'll go to the moon, and then now they'll start walking back on the moon. Now they'll start going to the blue sky. Then now they'll get to the bathroom, to the bedroom, and then now they'll get to a fictional space. And next, maybe they'll go underwater. Hey, this is really. So you see, full screen underwater looks cool. Underwater looks so real, but it's not super real. Why? Because it's just on your normal computer. When you are now in the company that makes cartoon, their computers are super computers. This water looks real on the bubbles. Fish. So real. Like when you watch. So, but this is where you start to learn the skills. So now we want to do a program where we start in a program. Tan, ta, da, dan. The program start, tan, ta, da, dan, and we have this first costume, this first backdrop, and then on this first backdrop, we should not see the girl. So how to start the program? We go here on the backdrop and we say we'll start the program by clicking this flag. When flag is click, not where letter M is clicked. When flag is clicked, where's the flag? When we go full screen, we'll see the green flag here. You see the green flag? So we click the green flag now to start the game here. So that's the button that they have given us. We can make our own button next time. We say when that button is clicked, we start the game. Now, if you don't want this green flag, I can go and make my own thing. So when you click that thing, then you start the game. So now, but here, there's one that they have given you in the program. It's there, called the green flag. When the green flag is clicked, the backdrop I want to use is called backdrop A. So I go here, and we go to looks. I say switch to, and wait. Oh, let me just say switch to backdrop A. Okay, good. Now imagine we were at the backdrop B, and then we are here. What do we mean by when green flag is clicked, switch to backdrop A? When I click this green flag, what's the backdrop? Backdrop. That's all about the program. Programming here just means put list of backdrop and use code to show how these things will behave when you do some action. So then if we switch to backdrop A, at this time that we are switching to backdrop A, I go back to the girl and I say, when that flag is clicked, when the flag is clicked, you see, there's this when M is pressed. So when flag is clicked, it's another thing that will also happen. I go to looks and I go to the beginning and say, hide. They should not see you. They should not see this girl. You see. So what do we mean by that? Let's say we are here on the moon and we go to our full screen. When this flag is clicked, we should not see this girl. When I click, can you see the girl? I said if you see that I get you. So that the only thing that we'll see here will be the instructions. So we'll go now and write the instructions on this board. We go now to this backdrop. We click this backdrop and go to the backdrop. Select it. We are seeing the backdrop here. So we click this pen tool and change the color of the pen tool to blue. And then on this backdrop, we type the instruct. So what's your instruction? What's the name of the game? Morphing game. Morphing. Hey, when you just say morphing game, it looks very stupid. Morphing what? Morphing tabujuguluguju. Morphing. Good. Kabulu jubu jubu ju. So now somebody will understand the meaning of morphing, but then this kabulu jubu ju will make the person to smile, to laugh, like this name is very funny. So you make your game interesting. So there are so many things that make things interesting. If you are just somebody who doesn't know how to make good names of things, then it means you will not also be able to sell your things. So you have to be funny when you make your things. Then now we can go now and write the instructions for the games inside here. We'll still take this tool and we say click what? Click what key? Click M key to play. Click to play or to start the game. Or okay, so click M to play, and then get to this to win. Well, since there's no win, there's no further instruction. That's the only instruction there. So good. So we can just keep it like this. So it means in the beginning of this your game, you've made a costume a first backdrop that has the instruction. And then now you want to keep this backdrop. For how long do you want to keep this backdrop? 5 seconds. So somebody will read it in the beginning. Then after that 5 seconds, we go back to looks. We switch now to what? Switch to backdrop B. Okay. Then now when we go now to our, we go back to the girl now. The girl too will wait what?
5 seconds.
Hello? Afternoon. Oh, good. Yeah, no, I'm still here in Nyon. I think tomorrow, I don't know, tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll travel to Douala. I'll take it there myself. That's the thing. So we try to look at it here. Not have anything. So I'll take it to the technicians. So we'll have a good diagnostics on it. Probably be back on Thursday or Tuesday, Wednesday. So how are you people? Okay. Happy Sunday. Yeah, we'll get this week to get a solution. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you too. So wait 5, and then now show. Show will hide. Hide has a other brother that is called show. So like that, then the person now will just know that it's time for me now to click. So you just see how a program like this, let's say the costume that was there, the background that was there was this one, then the background that was there was this one, and then let's say we also saw the girl. The girl was there in the beginning. This is the girl here. The girl was there in the beginning, and then you are here. Okay. So how to start this game? We know that most games you have to make sure that when somebody clicks the flag, you can also tell the person click the flag to start. So when I click this flag, you see that girl disappeared. After 5 seconds, see what will happen. You see right here. And then now, since I read it, I know that I have to click what? M. And then now start morph. It's moving. It's changing position. It started here, now it's almost that way now. We'll do that 24 times per costume. You see, it has moved a good distance. And that's it. Right? So here will just be the end of this section for Scratch. Again, we have learned something. We have seen characters. We have seen backdrop. We have seen costumes for characters. We have seen how to input different backdrops. We see that costume for characters is not just the same character, it can be any other thing. But the whole idea is that you can morph. You can do what? Morph. And what have we seen again? We've seen codes. So that's the 3 things in one. God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I've seen the sprite, the backdrop, and codes. So who is God the Father? The sprite. Who is God the Son? The backdrop. Who is God the Holy Spirit?
The codes.
Is that cool? Action. Hey. So these are the 3 things in programming. And once you master these things, you manipulate them, and then If you have some spicy idea in your medulla, stop playing with open focus. You put your idea into action and then you create things. So we'll stop here. And that is our lecture for today. Now you have to take, I think by now your laptop has charged very well. So everybody, you make a program and you show me. So these were the Concoli bongs in the class. You can see them. The name. Programmer who? Belamoki, programmer. All right. And again, the one and only Mr. Moreri, the most famous teacher in the world. All right. And the most famous Fakono, the only name with Fakono in this world. The only Aquila in the world.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
The only Belamoki in the world. And then Belamoki is the only Franca in the world. Franca who?
Jenny.
So the only Franca Jenny in the world. Hey, you see, I have very exclusive students. Oh yes. Oh yes. See you next time again. Some scratching. Subscribe and follow our channel, Moreri Enterprises. Yes. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated like every moment that we know, every instance that we got like our next lecture up here. So we just encourage extracurricular skills, and we bring education in a very innovative way to our audience. So adios. 再见. 以后再见啊，这个我们说中文，so we speak Chinese. Hey, you see? There's a Chinese speaker over there.